something that they ask you sometimes in the numbers 1 through 10 is, well, the remainder of a certain number divided by a certain number. So we're going to go over divisibility rules today, starting with number 3. So let's say you have 215 divided by 3, and they ask you for the remainder. Okay? And so what you have to do here is add up all of these digits. So, well, what's 2 plus 1? 3. What's 3 plus 5? 8. Now what you have to check is 8 divisible by 3. Well, 8 divided by 3 is 2 remainder 2. So let's just write that here, 2 remainder 2. So this is not divisible by 3, and the remainder is indeed 2. So that would be your answer. Let's continue this for each of them. So let's say we're talking about 5. 5 is really easy. So let's say you have a number as 417. All you have to do is check this last number. If it is a 5 or a 0, then this is divisible by 5. If it isn't, then it's not divisible, and you have to subtract the amount by either 5 or 10 to see how much you have. Like, let's take this number for example, 417. You have to see how much you have to subtract for this last number to become a 5. So all you have to do is 7 minus 5, and you get a remainder of 2. Six is similar to the 3 one. Since, as many of you know, 2 times 3 is 6, you have to check for divisibility for 3 and for 6. So let's take the number 168. Now we have to check if it's divisible by 2. Well, we know if it's divisible by 2 if it's even or odd. And this is even, so this is divisible by 2. Now we have to check for 3. 8 plus 6 is 14, and 14 plus 1 is 15. Well, 15 is divisible by 3, so we can say that 168 is divisible by 6, and it has a remainder of 0. 8. So let's say you have a number as 4,136. What you have to do is check out the last 3 numbers. And if the last 3 numbers are divisible by 8, then the entire thing will be divisible by 8. Well, 136 divided by 8, right? You can see that because you know 120 is divisible by 8 because 8 times 15 is 120. And you have 16 left over, and 16 is also divisible by 8. So 4,136 is indeed divisible by 8. 9. 9 has a similar divisibility rule to 3, but instead of 3, it's 9. Here, I'll show you what I mean. 675. 6 plus 7 is 15, and 15 plus 5 is 20. 20 is not divisible by 3 nor 9. But here, you don't even check about 3. Here, you check if this 20 is divisible by 9. And 20 is indeed not. It is 2 with the remainder of 2. And, well, that is your remainder. 675 has a remainder of 2. And last but not least, 11. This is the one that you're going to see most of the time since they ask this a lot. Let's try this example. 7,315 divided by 11 has a remainder of 2. This is the most hardest, but this is the one that they tend to ask the most, so listen up. You take this last digit and you subtract this one. So the last digit is 5, so let me write 5 over here. And this is the next digit going from right to left. And be careful to remember this. This is a very important. Most people just confuse it and do left to right instead of right to left. But just remember, it is right to left. So you take 5 and you subtract first. 5 minus 1. Then you add. It's like a pattern. Subtract, add, and so on and so forth until the number ends. So 5 minus 1, and then you add the 3. So plus 3, and then you minus 7. 5 minus 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7, and 7 minus 7, well, it's 0. I just want to show you something. If this is 8 and not 7, then 7 minus 8 would become, well, negative 1. You don't just write 1 over here. Negative 1 would happen to be 11 minus 1. That's how you're supposed to do it. So if you get a negative answer, you take 11, which is the divisor, and you subtract, you add whatever is the negative number. So in this case, 11 minus 1 would become 10. Another special case that I would like to show you about is number 6. So let's say instead of 168, you have 169 divided by 6. Alright? So you add up. So first you figure out that it's not even. So that means that it's impossible for the remainder to be 0. Just write it here. Yeah. It's impossible for the remainder to be 0. And we have to check if it's divisible by 3. 1 plus 6 is 7, and 7 plus 9 is 16. 16 divided by 3 is, well, 5, remainder 1. Now, this might not always happen, but you see, if subtracting 1 from subtracting 1 from 169 over here will give an even number. It doesn't always, like if 172, if you subtract 1, it'll become an odd number, and that wouldn't work. So you'd have to subtract 4 or 2 or whatever it is in that case. So 169 minus 1 is 168, and so that would be the remainder. Remainder is 1. Thank you for watching. This is one that they ask commonly. Hope you paid attention, and good luck.